Good evening. Welcome into ABC-7 Extra. I'm Nick Patrick. Thank you so much for joining us. Construction on El Paso roads, something we've all dealt with at one time or another. Right now, several big projects on these roads. They're happening at the same time, of course, none bigger, perhaps, than the I-10 Connect project. It's all around the Spaghetti Bowl. It's already closed several exits. It's changed the way people are getting to the Bridge of the Americas. That project includes a full reconstruction of the I-110 US 62 interchange. Exit ramps from US 62 to I-10 already being removed. A total of 4 new direct connector ramps also built as part of this $96 million project. Now, the other major project going on, the Mesa Rehabilitation project. This one has roads down to 1 lane northbound between Baltimore and Castellano, and southbound between Castellano and Brentwood. Well, even though those big projects that are already underway, you know TxDOT is already gearing up for their next challenge. In just a few years, the streets around downtown and I-10 are also going to change from the number of lanes to new bridges. TxDOT unveiling the Reimagined Downtown project. ABC-7 Shelby Montgomery takes us inside those plans.
So our main goals are improved mobility, more robust multimodal ways of going, and to add continuous frontage roads for incident management, because that doesn't exist.
Remember this? It shut down I-10 for days. That's something TxDOT wants to avoid in the future with the Reimagined Downtown project.
It goes from 4 lanes, and then you get to the downtown area, it's down to 3 lanes, and then it goes back to 4 lanes again in both directions. So we want to add lane continuity there so you don't get a choke point.
And there are several options TxDOT is presenting. Option H has the highest approval from TxDOT. Some of the key features include enhanced crossing at intersections, expanding freeway lanes and the frontage road, and adding walking and bike paths. A big change, all of these bridges along downtown will have to come down because they don't meet the new state height requirement. So they can either sink the freeway or raise all the bridges. And it is possible only some of these bridges will be accessible to streetcars and pedestrians.
They all need to be taken down. The question is, how many do we put back? And there's alternatives that leave all of them.
No matter what option TxDOT moves forward with, once construction starts, it will be a headache.
We don't do something now. If we wait 10 years to do this, it's just going to be worse.
And joining us now to discuss not only the future of that project, but several others, Raul Ortega, the Director of Transportation Planning and Development for TxDOT, and you just saw her, Jennifer Wright, the Public Information Specialist with Texas Department of Transportation. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Raul, let's start with you. We just talked about the I-10 Reimagine project, but another big one coming down the pipe, the I-10 widening. This one's going to be from Anthony to North Mesa. Talk about this project. What are some of the things that you decided here to expand on?
Sure. Thank you. So this is, as you mentioned, this is our large project that we have on I-10. You know, this project pretty much from Anthony Street to Mesa Street, which is about an 11-mile stretch. We are looking to address congestion, operational, movement, circulation of the vehicles, and of course, address safety. The construction of this project will include operational improvements to the existing ramp configuration that we have. We are looking to also widen the main lanes from 4 lanes to 6 lanes. And of course, reconstruct the existing main lanes to address pavement conditions. This project is funded. It does have a price tag of about $170 million. We are anticipating the start of construction for this project starting in January of 2022. We are estimating a construction duration for this project to be 4 years.
Well, this is a big one, about 11-mile stretch, Raul. I do want to ask you also about something. We talked about the west side, quickly about the east side as well, widening East Lake to Horizon. Tell me about that one.
Absolutely. So that's another segment of I-10 that we're looking to improve. And as you mentioned, the project limits will run from East Lake Boulevard to Horizon Boulevard. And this is really to address the growth that we see on the east side and to better accommodate, the heavy truck traffic that we receive in this area. This project will widen to the inside, which it would add the 3rd lane in each direction. We will also be adding some safety features where we will be including high mast illumination lighting. We will also be upgrading our intelligent transportation system. And this segment is about 2.4 miles stretch of I-10 on the east side. This project is also fully funded. It does have a price tag of $17 million on this one. And we are looking to start construction a little sooner on this one. We're looking to start in November of this year. And we are estimating the construction duration for this project to last about a year.
And Jennifer, we talked about it briefly here. You hear upcoming projects, people may get frustrated, but this is real jobs. This is the economy benefiting from this.
That's right. If you see orange barrels, you need to be a little bit understanding that it really is not only helping our economy, but really the future of our community, because we have to get these projects done for mobility so that you can get to work without long delays and without traffic jams.
Excellent, Jennifer. And of course, stick around here. You are watching ABC-7 Extra. When we come back, we're going to talk about the I-10 Connect project, how much longer that construction is going to take, some changes you can expect in that area, and a few other things. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. News comes first.
Right, your next adventure. Handwriting recognition and the Audi Q3. Lease or purchase a new Audi SUV and have your first month's payment covered.
With Long John Silver's $10 shrimp shares, you can enjoy grilled shrimp, hand-battered shrimp, or popcorn shrimp. Your choice for just $10, because now is not the time to scrimp on shrimp. Long John Silver's Fish Share.
When Laura vowed to love me, in sickness and in health, she wasn't thinking about cancer. But here we are. I'm just grateful my team of experts at Texas Oncology is close by, fighting for me, so I can still start my mornings right here. Hey, I need all of this treatment I can get. I'll see y'all tonight.
Original store in Alameda is closing. Hurry! Our loss is your opportunity to save. Reclining sectional, regular price, $23.99. Now only $9.99. Retail furniture closing our Alameda store. Offers also good at our Gateway store. Going on now.
The fillet of fish is completed with a half slice of cheese right on the bottom bun. One may ask, is its bun half empty or half full? We'd say the latter.
Enjoy even more with the deliciousness of 2 irresistible Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for only $6. Only at McDonald's.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
See what others can't. Virtual 360 camera and the Audi Q7. Lease or purchase a new Audi SUV and have your first month's payment covered.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra, discussing the future construction planned around El Paso. But what about those ongoing projects? None bigger than the I-10 Connect project. Here is where things stand right now. Joining us, Jennifer Wright, the Public Information Specialist with Texas Department of Transportation. And now start off, Jennifer, this has been a project that's already been ongoing. But talk about some of the changes people have already seen. We've seen ramps closed, but right now, where do things stand?
Well, we're in the heart of El Paso with the I-10 Connect project. And so the object, of course, is to add connectivity from both I-10 and US 54 to Loop 375, which we have not ever had before in a midtown location. You can connect to Loop 375 from I-10 over on the west side where it's Trans Mountain, and then further down at Sunland Park, you can get onto the Border West Expressway. And then it's not again until far east El Paso where you have the opportunity to get on to Loop 375 seamlessly. So adding this connectivity in the midtown El Paso is quite the challenge. We are taking advantage of existing infrastructure though. So you're right. Ramps are coming down, ramps are opening, and we'll continue to see that through the end of the project. That project started in, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying, Jennifer, you emailed us the update here for next week. I know, I do want to be clear here. I-110 is going to be closed, I believe, Thursday night now to actually get some new signage put up in place. This just seems like a lot of moving pieces all the time.
A lot in many locations. They're working in various locations at the same time. And basically, we see ramps being torn down so that they can make connections to them and rebuild them, and then new ramps opening up. And that's going to continue to happen through the end of the project. Right now, we have, for example, a new ramp that opened from US 54 southbound to the I-110. And then we have the westbound I-10 ramp to Mexico that is now open, but you can't yet get directly to 375 from that ramp, but you will be able to in the future.
Gotcha. Jennifer, we discussed this as well earlier. What are some of the upcoming changes people might be expecting here?
Well, the way it stands right now is the way it's going to be for a while. Unfortunately, this project, we won't see, for example, the eastbound I-10 heading north to US 54 and south into Juarez. That will be like one of the last pieces to open as this job wraps. But the good news is we do expect that this job, which was expected to be 2.5 to 3 years, we're looking at it coming in very close to the 2.5-year mark. And we expect that it will wrap by the end of summer, early fall this year.
Wow. Okay. So is this actually ahead of schedule, Jennifer, or what does the timeline look like?
Well, again, it started in February of 19, and it was expected to be a 2.5 to 3 year job. What is happening on that job that's different is that the contractor is incentivized to finish more quickly. So basically, they'll get a little bit more green in their pocket by finishing early. So they have really been aggressive in their schedule to get this completed.
It's truly amazing, Jennifer. I know people get frustrated with this, but certainly it's a spot that, well, we just expect a little bit longer. And I do want to bring Raul back in. Now, we were talking about some ongoing projects. We do have a little extra time here. I do want to ask you about the art craft area. People are getting stuck behind those big propellers. It's happened to me a couple of times. What can you tell me about the new project that's going to be in that area?
Sure, and yeah, that's definitely one of the main purposes for our improvements in the Artcraft interchange area. So we are looking to modernize and accommodate those oversized truckloads that are coming in from the Santa Teresa port of entry. So this project, we will be constructing 4 direct connectors with 2 lanes in each for each of the direct connectors, and that will help accommodate the oversized truckloads there. And pretty much this project also is fully funded. It's funded with $193 million, and we are expecting to start construction in August of 2023. And at this time, the construction duration for this project is still yet to be determined.
Okay, so we're still not sure the timeline on that one. And because we do have some more time here, Jennifer, we discussed it briefly before the show started here, the wrong way driver system, some improvements that are going into safety as well. It still happens. We see these crashes, people driving the wrong way on, well, I-10, 375. What is going into that project?
Well, it's another intelligent transportation system that we're deploying down on where Border Highway on Loop 375 sort of meets the Border West Expressway. And so we've made some changes there. We will have traffic now be able to go in and out of the westbound lanes of the Loop 375 downtown at Oregon. And then in order to prevent these wrong way drivers from going the wrong way, I mean, we're doing what we can with channeling the traffic using medians and stuff, but we also will have flashing lights that detect a car coming and will say wrong way driver. It also puts cameras in place there so that if that's triggered, if a car is detected going the wrong way, we will get an alert, and we can add signage further upstream to let people know that there's a wrong way driver headed their way. You know, wrong way drivers typically are driving in the left-hand lane because they think they're on the right side going the right way. And so cars can have the opportunity to pull over, get out of the way, stop, and avoid a head-on collision in that way. So that's going in downtown there at the Oregon. And we will not be restoring access at Campbell as we had originally done when the Border West Expressway was originally completed.
And I know some pedestrian improvements going in as well, Jennifer, around the UTEP area. Just briefly talk about that.
I'm sorry, around the UTEP area?
Oh, yes, some installation of the pedestrian hybrid.
At the Cincinnati district.
Yes,
I'm sorry,
yes.
For some reason I was thinking Schuster.
That was my fault.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yes, we are adding in probably almost a dozen locations around town. Some of our safety projects going in are adding these more robust, more visible sidewalks that include what we call a hawk system, where a pedestrian can push a button. And it is like around UTEP on Schuster, where you get the flashing light indicating there's a pedestrian who'd like to cross, and you have to stop your car and allow the pedestrians to go. There on Mesa, we have already added some additional lighting, and these hawk systems will be going in. Right now, we're adding a couple on Dyer. So we have various locations around town identified for these safety systems, about $40 million going into improvements for pedestrian safety around town this year.
Excellent, Jennifer. We'll stick around here. We'll bring you back in for a project I know a lot of people want to talk about, the future of the Mesa Rehabilitation Project. Some of the problems that went into this, the delays the construction crews faced. How much longer we expect that one to last? Stay with us.
Ashley Home Store's ultimate event ends Monday. Save up to 25% off store-wide. Plus get 24 months no interest. That's up to 25% off your entire purchase. Plus take 2 years to pay. This week only at Ashley Home Store.
Oscar Leaser's Hyundai of El Paso is closed Saturday and open this Sunday for a one-day Hyundai Sunday sale. That's right, we're closed Saturday and open Sunday with bigger incentives and bigger savings on hundreds of new Hyundais, like 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash. You'll save thousands. And new 2021 Konas and 2021 Sonatas, your choice, $199 a month. Oscar Leaser's Hyundai of El Paso is closed this Saturday and open this Sunday for a one-day Sunday month-end madness.
At Lark Monster, tried Popeye's new Cajun flounder sandwich and couldn't get enough.
Oh, wow. That is really good. The bun is really soft. It's very crispy. It actually makes me want to jump for joy.
Get our new Cajun flounder sandwich today for just $4.49.
I just got a strange message asking me to verify our bank account number for a payment.
Weird. I got a call the other day asking me to do the same thing.
Must be a scam.
If a situation doesn't seem right, it might not be. Learn how to prevent fraud by knowing how to spot it before it happens at gecu.com.
Getting used to the new normal is not easy, but ordering your favorite burritos is. Download the Rita's Burritos app and order your favorite made-from-scratch burritos and pick them up at our convenient drive-thru window. Rita's Burritos, making things a little easier for you. 4907 Crossroads on the west side.
It's the final days of Ashley Home Store's Ultimate Mattress Event. Get 0% financing for 6 years on top bedding brands. Or save up to 60% off closeout mattresses and adjustable bases. Ends Monday. Only at Ashley Home Store.
And welcome back into ABC-7 Extra. Tonight, Jennifer Wright still with us here discussing those TxDOT projects that are going on around the city. One that, well, I think a lot of people have run into over the past few months. It's the Mesa Rehabilitation Project, Jennifer. I know at first they hit a few snags in this, but how have things been going the past couple of weeks?
Well, luckily the clay pockets and utility conflicts seem to be behind us. So they are going at a greater pace now that we've got weather on our side, which we need warmer weathers in order to place asphalt pavement. And they seem to be, I'm going to knock on wood here, but they seem to be on a roll right now. The hard part is that both on northbound and southbound, as you mentioned, they're in the same stretch of Mesa Street there, from Brentwood to Castellano northbound and from Castellano to Brentwood southbound. So traffic is down to one lane in both directions there. And because they're working on the inside lanes first, that means we had no driveways affected. Now we're going to see how this goes, and hopefully it'll go more quickly so we'll know what to expect when they move to the outside lanes where the driveways are. Turnarounds are limited there. There's very few left turn lanes available or left turn opportunities available because the geometry just doesn't accommodate that in every location. And the funny thing is, counterintuitive as it may be, the best way to get around this construction is to use I-10.
I was going to bring it up, Jennifer, because that it is counterintuitive. You're right, but it's just that area. I know people that work here at the station where this is right down the road from. They'll turn around. They will take the Glory Road Drive. They'll head to I-10 that way. It's just an option for you. There's just no good turnarounds at this spot.
It's true. But, you know, it's like I like to say, you aren't in traffic, you are traffic. So if you don't need to access a home or business along that route, it probably is better to leave it to the people who do need to get there and just go the other way. It might not be any faster, but I think it'll be less troublesome for you. At least you'll feel like you're moving.
Exactly. It may not be actually faster, but at least you'll feel like you're moving. I know that it's been a long time coming for Mesa there, but as you mentioned, Jennifer, we have the weather with us. I don't think people realize how important that actually is to any construction.
Well, it's true. I mean, they depend on weather for the chemistry of many of the operations, and you know, you can't place concrete pavement in rain because it affects the chemistry, and the temperature is the same thing. You just have to wait until the temperatures are in your favor. In El Paso, we have a very short winter time, and so we always build in weather delays into any timeline on a project, but El Paso, we're pretty lucky on our weather.
I would agree with that. Let's bring Raul back in. So we're talking about the Mesa Rehabilitation Project, but that leads right into the next project that TxDOT potentially is working around. We touched on it at the very top of the show, that Reimagine I-10. What are you looking at right now for this next project?
Sure. So what we've completed is a 55-mile corridor study for I-10. And the first project for project development that has stemmed from that corridor study is our Downtown 10 project. And that's really in the heart of El Paso. It's in our downtown area from Executive Boulevard to Copia Street. And so this project, we currently have our virtual public meeting session open. It opened back on February 24th, and it will run through Tuesday, March 16th. We do encourage the public to join that virtual public meeting so that we can receive the feedback from the public. We have been very successful in the past on receiving input from the public in regards to project development, and we are asking for public input for this particular project. If you all can go to the TxDOT website and do a keyword search, Downtown 10, you'll be able to access it there. If not, you can access the virtual public meeting through our reimaginei10.com Downtown 10 website.
And Jennifer, we discussed earlier, people hear that, they think they don't care what I have to say, but it makes a difference. TxDOT takes into account what people actually want to see.
It's true, and I can point to the I-10 Connect project as being the perfect example of that. We held several public hearings on that, and we had people from the Chamizal neighborhood attend, and they brought up the fact that their air quality was being affected negatively by the trucks that were stacked up on Paisano every single day, waiting to turn into the I-110 little spur to head to the Bridge of the Americas. And they were basically cutting the line and then idling there for hours. It was affecting that community. So we took a look at what we could do. And although it cost extra in that project, we eliminated access to the Bridge of the Americas from Paisano. That is going to give that neighborhood back their neighborhood. There won't be trucks cutting through. They won't be idling along the Chamizal Park. And it's just going to be a big improvement. And that was 100% came out of public feedback at our public meetings. And so we really encourage everyone to take the time. The stretch of I-10 where this downtown 10 proposed project is typically sees about 200,000 vehicles per day. So we think that people who drive that ought to have a say in how the final project comes out, because it's really about their experience on I-10, and they deserve to be heard.
Jennifer, you said it best right there. I completely agree. Thank you both so much for coming in.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome. And of course, thank you for joining us. I'm Nick Patrick. This has been ABC 7 Extra. Have a great night.